everyone, and welcome back to The Voyager's Guide to Ravean kind of world-building episode. There are quite a few of the gods to get through, so we're kind of making our way through. Over the holidays, I'll likely put out more videos about each of the gods, kind of get into more of the meat and potatoes of the actual world. But for now, we're going to cover the next god on our list, which is the Ocean Master. So jumping down to his page within my campaign guide, the Ocean Master is a good aligned deity for nature and the chaos of life itself, exemplified by life at sea. His efforts to preserve the wild nature of life and a very may the fittest survive mentality reflects the ideals of the god himself. Patron of sailors and travelers, the Ocean Master is widely worshipped as a god to prove yourself to, in an effort to gain his favor, a favor that is typically reserved for those that remain strong for themselves and others. The Ocean Master is not cruel so much as he is demanding. He demands only the best of people, wanting to push them to be their best selves, and often people that seek his aid and support find strength in this community's collective skills and strengths, as their collective efforts, these collective efforts of the many can often change the world. The Ocean Master himself pushes his followers to work together for the common good, and all the while maintaining the sanctity of the wilderness around them. He believes that the purpose of civilization is to explore and experience the chaos of the natural world and get an appreciation of it. The tenets of the Ocean Master himself that guide his followers and all that would seek his favor tend to be: revel in the wild spaces, embrace the natural order, remain a beacon of civilization, and work together to maintain this freedom. So, breaking him down just a little bit more in depth, the Ocean Master is every aspect of nature. He is challenge, he is hardship, he is plenty. Right? Those things all combined are almost unfathomable to one person. You can only look at a forest so long, but you'll never be able to see the movement of every single leaf on each tree. That's the idea. Is this chaos is not something to necessarily be understood so much as appreciated. His whole point is life is chaos. Life is hard. Grow, be better, appreciate it. He wants to exemplify this process of development. As you grow from being a baby to an adult, many different things will change, and especially in the world of Ravean, there will be plenty of hardships to face. His whole goal is, as part of being a deity of nature, is to exemplify these struggles through this meditation on the natural order. Life to death and all of the hardships in between can be an example for how to live your life. So, even if you live in this busy metropolis, the idea of understanding this cycle, the natural cycle of a sunny day to a rainstorm with lightning and everything getting blown down, to eventually that rain bringing flowers that bloom. There is good, there is hardship, there is growth. That is his whole point. There is chaos in this. And he wants you to take comfort in the chaos, because it means that even while you won't necessarily know everything, you have surrendered the want to know, the need to know, in favor of the want and the need to appreciate. That makes his followers some of the most contemplative people. Not necessarily so much as a god of knowledge or study, or like the archivist, but the Ocean Master himself embodies the chaos. And so the people that sit there and watch and try to not understand, but appreciate and grow to appreciate each of the challenges that they see out in the world as they sit in the midst of a storm, know that their God is present, and know that they can appreciate each aspect of this part of life. This more contemplative approach means that He is patron for sailors and travelers, yes, but he's also kind of a patron for philosophers and other kind of higher thinking people. Being the patron of sailors and travelers is kind of a, yeah, life is chaos, and they are at the whim. They, however, do have to make their shipments, make their journeys, do all of these other kind of commerce-based things that would otherwise stand in fairly stark contrast for their structure to a more chaotic deity. So their whole point is they will worship the Ocean Master. They will worship this more chaotic deity, understanding that should they go abroad, overseas, they may face their storms along the way. But they worship in the hopes that potentially he will offer them the strength to weather the storm. He doesn't want all the challenges of life to overwhelm and snuff a life, his follower or not. He, however, wants it to be a challenge. So, when a traveler or other kind of sailor makes a sacrifice to or worships this god, they are seeking his aid in the challenges that will come on their journey. And many people do this outside of different travelers. They will do it for life's challenges. Now, his tenets, fairly clear, is to revel in the wild spaces. The wild is chaos. It is unorganized. Understanding this appreciation is kind of what you need to do to be out there. You have to appreciate the challenges from the wild. Embrace this natural order of growth and chaos. And then remain, even still, a beacon of civilization. That kind of doesn't jive with the rest of that sentence. What that means, though, is that you are otherwise a civilized person, right? So the example that's easy enough to give is you could completely follow part of his tenets and be a wild man out in the woods. However, he would much prefer the person that will go out to the edge of the wood or just within it or wherever from their home to appreciate this wild nature without imposing themselves on it. He doesn't want a bunch of feral people to go out and just appreciate nature and just stay there. He wants them to come back, go back to their civilization, go back to their home, and spread these tenets, to spread this appreciation of the natural world. So remaining a beacon of civilization, he wants the people to work together under these other tenets to maintain their own freedom and the freedom of the natural world and its ability to be chaotic. So, saying all of that and knowing all of this, that's kind of how the Ocean Master works. He's kind of a contrarian god, but an interesting one to be able to play. If you were to use him in your campaign, he would be something a little bit more akin to, if I could find a real world example, he would be something more akin to a almost more rugged, if you could say that, version of Steve Irwin. He appreciates the chaos of nature. He wants to bring people to it, and he wants people to understand it and protect it. But being a being of chaos and the nature of chaos and the nature of nature itself, he understands that these challenges will come about for his followers and the rest. So, that is the Ocean Master. Stay tuned for more videos. We'll cover the rest of the gods. If you look over onto the left-hand side, there are quite a few more before we ever even get to the various nations. But I'll try to hurry through. That way we can get everything covered, hopefully before the end of the year or just within it. So, thank you all for tuning in. Stay tuned for the next video. And of course, keep in mind, it doesn't take much to make a difference out there. So be the difference that you want to see out in the world. It just doesn't take much. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.